Hey guys, welcome back tonight. I hope you had a really great day trading today. So today was Wednesday, March 20th, and we did have the FOMC rate decision today at 2 p.m. And we also had Fed Chair Powell speaking at 2:30 p.m. till almost close. And we did start the day pretty flat, waiting for that. You could see right here, the arrow is where we do get the rate decision. So we basically traded flat today until we get that to that 2 o'clock rate decision and we pop up, we get above the first resistance and really quickly make new all-time highs before getting pushed back down to the 35 EMA. And then from there, that 35 EMA does turn into support as Powell starts speaking. And today he was extremely dovish, and the market took it as let's go. And you could see that the top of the implied move was at 520 and we closed just a little bit above 520. 520 was in the money. So big day for SPY, did close up 0.92%. VIX came down 5.78%. We are back at 13. And we did close just a little bit outside of the implied move. We definitely stayed within today's trading range, but we did not close within the implied move. So switching over to QQQ, we had a very similar day. I'm not going to put it in replay here, but we did open with a small gap up in QQQ to the 30-minute 200 moving average. Then we got pushed back down to the 35 EMA and kind of traded around that level while we waited for the rate decision. And you could see that candle right before the rate decision was literally at neutral. Then we get the rate decision, we pop up, we get back above the 30-minute 200 moving average. Then while we're waiting for Powell to speak, we dropped down to the 35 EMA, and then again that dovish tone brought us all the way back up to the top of the implied move. Top of the implied move was 443. That also closed in the money today. We closed out the gap from right before PPI as well. So that is out of here. And QQQ closed up 1.19%. VXN came down 6.55%. And here again, we did close within the trading range, but just a little bit outside of the implied move. And then, of course, SPX saw the same price action sideways until the Fed rate decision. Then we pop, make new all-time highs, drop down to the 35 EMA, and then Powell's dovishness brings us all the way back up to the top of the implied move. And this one actually, I did have the implied move at 5225. We closed just underneath that, which was perfect for the way I trade. So technically a little bit outside of the implied move, but the way I rounded it, it was perfect. So SPX closed up 0.89%. SPX closed up 0.89%. And we already went over VIX down 5.78% and closed just outside of the implied move. So really wild day. I hope it went well for you. Let me know in the comments how your day went. And let's go check out tomorrow's trading range. Alright guys, so before we head into tomorrow's trading ranges, if you find these videos useful and you love that I break it down every night, then please make sure to give this video a like, and also make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you get notified every time I'm done uploading a new video. Alright, so starting in SPY, tomorrow's implied move is between 517 and 523, and that is from options. And the 30-day average volatility is a few dollars wider in each direction, 514 to 525, and we did see VIX contract 2 days in a row, which is why we see the smaller range today. And the first level to the upside to look for is the new all-time highs that we just made today. That is at 520.62. And above that, we don't have any resistance. The top of the implied move is at 523. And then to the downside, we do have the 35 EMA that is underneath the implied move for tomorrow, which can sometimes pull the price down a little bit while the moving average catches up. And we also have the previous resistance right here at 517. That lines up right with the bottom of the implied move. And we did have a really big power move today, but also just note how the 35 EMA acts as a magnet. Whenever we get too far away, we do tend to get back to that level. So even if we open up, I wouldn't be surprised if we find ourselves near this 35 EMA at some point tomorrow during the trading day. And then underneath that, just to give one more level, we do have the 30-minute 200 moving average underneath the entire trading range, and this is the level that's been catching us all year long, most recently here on Tuesday. All right, so that is SPY. Switching over to QQQ, the implied move over here is between 439 and 448. That is from options. And the 30-day average volatility is $1 wider in each direction, 438 to 449. And to the upside, the first level to look for is right above where we closed. This is actually also a previous resistance level right here on the 12th. So 444 is our first resistance level. We closed right at resistance. And then from there, if we do get above that, the next level to look for, we do have the top of the implied move at 448, which is just underneath all-time highs. All-time highs are at 448.64. And then to the downside, we do have the 30-minute 200 moving average and the 35 EMA. And just note that the 35 EMA is underneath the 30-minute 200 moving average. That is still bearish, even though we did have a huge move today. The moving averages are still in a bearish configuration, so just be careful as we start trading tomorrow. Keep an eye on this 35 EMA, and if we start seeing resistance here, don't look at the price, look to the moving averages. So if we start seeing resistance here, then we may start seeing a little bit of a pullback. The bottom of the implied move is at 439, and then just underneath that we do have the 1 hour 200 moving average. This has been a support all year. Last few times we saw that level, it was a bit sloppy, but it did catch us. We did get back up each time. So 1 hour 200 moving average, an important level to look to. And that is QQQ. Switching over to SPX, the implied move over here is 51.85 to the downside and 52.60 to the upside. And the 30-day average volatility is a little bit wider, 51.65 to 52.80. And just like SPY, we did close at all-time highs, so above that we don't have anything. But if we do open up and maybe see that new level as a support, top of the implied move, 52.60, and then to the downside, 35 EMA. Again, remember, it's a magnet, so we may see that level again yet tomorrow. Even if we open up, we might kind of see one of these kind of flat days. Underneath that, 51.85, bottom of the implied move. And then we do have the 30-minute 200 moving average just underneath tomorrow's trading range. So lots of good stuff going into tomorrow. Have fun tomorrow. Trade safe. Make sure you guys take profits when you're up.